All right, fam, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and consider subscribing. Today, we have the Buick Skylark that we're gonna be working on. Those of you that are new to the channel, this is a 64 Buick Skylark. We're doing an LS twin turbo swap on. You could take a look at that there. It's a 5.3 liter. And then we're gonna put in a 4L80E also, which is gonna be a separate video. But what we're gonna be doing today is putting in a Currie 9-inch rear end. The video for the transmission will be the next video, but for now we're gonna put in the 9-inch rear end, which I do have sitting here in the crate in the boneyard. You can see it there. I gotta dig it out, get all the stuff off of it, and get it pushed out to the front of the garage where I could go over what the axle specs are before we put it in. And then we'll jump to ripping the old axle out and swapping the new one in. I'm really excited about it, so let's get right to it after this intro. All right, fam, as you can see, we dug the crate out of the boneyard, so we have the axle up here so we could take a look at it. We got the Currie Enterprise axle delivered to the door. This is the baddest box I've ever had delivered. Let's take a look in it now, see what we got. Whoo, look at that. A 9-inch Currie rear end. Boys, I'm telling you, we won't need another axle in the life of this car. This axle is gonna handle whatever we're gonna put out in the Skylark. You can see it here in a gloss black, looking fresh. And we got the Wilwood 4-piston calipers in red on the rear. We also have the vented and slotted rotors. And one of the best things about it is the 35 spline axle. So you could see the Currie stamp on the end, Currie Enterprise on the axle. That is dope. It's gonna be the strongest thing that we could ever put in the back of the Skylark, so we don't have to ever worry about breaking our rear end. Also, we have a chrome moly bearing support here, as well as a Currie yoke, and it even has emergency brakes. So we'll get that hooked up as well so we can have a parking brake for the Skylark. They got new bushings in here, so this thing's ready to rock and roll. We got our steel brake lines here for our rear calipers. That's already included. And we even got the Currie fluid on the shelf, which we'll put in later. A couple other things we got here to go in with the axle are KYB shocks. Now these aren't anything fancy, but they are KYB, so they should work out for us. Anything's gonna work better than the shocks that are in here now, which are garbage. You can see it bounce there very easily. So we don't want it bouncing down the road like some old bucket. So we're gonna put some shocks in there to control the jounce. So we'll put those in today. And we got this cheap trailing arm kit from Amazon. Although it wasn't a fancy kit, it looks pretty legit. It's really heavy steel. So these trailing arms are pretty stout, I must say. They're pretty heavy. So this one's the lower. It looks like it has provisions here for a sway bar, which is nice. It has polyurethane bushing on one end and looks like almost a Heim joint on the other end. But they're serviceable. So they have Zerk fitting so you can grease them. Same here on the upper arm. So, I mean, the hardware looks strong. I think these things are gonna work out just fine for us. And then we have some bushings here, I think, that go in the rear end, but we already have bushings, so we may not use these. And these bolts that it came with are questionable. I may upgrade these to a grade 8. That would be the preferred bolt for me on this application. I just don't know if I wanna run to the hardware store to pick bolts up. That's gonna kinda mess up my workflow. But I would have a peace of mind having grade 8 bolts, especially if I got the built rear end. I want to have no doubt in my mind that that thing's going to stay in place when I romp on the throttle. We may pick up some grade 8 bolts, but for now, let's go ahead and start jacking this thing up and pulling the old axle out so we can swap in this new unit. All right, fam, as you can see, we got the axle out and I got the new one here so we can compare the two, and it's quite significant, the difference in size. At least in my eyes, this new 9-inch is a lot bigger than that 10 bolt, just physically. The axle tubes, everything look thicker. The axle housing just looks stout. And then obviously the differential is just chunky on here with that nodular 9-inch. And then as well as the yoke is a lot bigger on the new one than it is on the old one. So we're gonna get ready to throw that bad boy in. But first, before that, we're gonna have to replace this stock stamped steel trailing arm and these old rusty busted down shocks. So we're gonna replace this stuff with the new stuff here we showed you earlier. Our trailing arms here, upper is adjustable, and these KYB shocks. So let me get to throwing those in, and then we could go ahead and install our axle and hopefully put these wheels on and call it a done deal for this rear end. So let me jump to it. All right, fam, as you can see, we got the trailing arms in, both upper and the lower trailing arms, and we have our KYB shocks in. I usually keep these straps on until I'm all done. That way the shocks don't extend and get in the way. It helps it to stay out of the way as you're moving the axle in. So I'll cut those after the axle's in and we get the shocks mounted to the axle. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and move this axle into position. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. And then we'll put this axle underneath and get it bolted up. We're running out of light, as you can see, so I have some lights set up so that we could hopefully see this job all the way through and get this video done for y'all. So let me jump back to it before it gets too dark. All right, fam, you can see we got the Skylark back in the garage, rolling on its wheels again. We got the Currie 9-inch rear end, 35 spline axles, true track, Eaton locker, Wheelwood 4-piston disc brakes with the vented and slotted rotors. We also have the new trailing arms in there, and we have new KYB shocks. So the rear end is pretty much set and ready to go. I'm super excited about this build. Now we got a lot more to do. We have the 4L60E we got to take out of here in our next video. I think I'll do that tomorrow. And we're going to put in the 4L80E here, all freshly painted up and ready to go. And then we're going to pull the engine out as well and weld up our engine mounts on the frame. So that way the pedestals are in place, ready to rock. We'll get that all painted up and then put the engine and the new transmission back in. Start looking at our firewall and see what we need to do with the firewall and transmission tunnel. But we're moving right along. Just got a few more things we're gonna need to do to this before we start it. Got to put our exhaust on, put our turbos in. I have my Holley Terminator X engine management. And we do still have to get some more parts for it because we're going to have to get the front brakes. So I'm going to put 6-piston Wheelwood in the front, and I'm going to do a manual brake setup so I have room for my exhaust and my turbos. Other than that, I might put some control arms and some QA1 coilovers. We're not sure about that yet, but I do have a radiator to go in here, and I do have my Holley engine management system. I do have my steering wheel, steering column. So there's a lot of work on the shelf we still need to do. A lot of parts ready to go. So, but that's going to end it for this video. If you like what you saw today, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and consider subscribing and hit that post notification bell to be notified of my next episode, because I do drop bangers weekly. And until next time, stay good, family. Peace.